What's up, everybody? We have some great figure announcements today. We've got Baylan Skoll and Shin Hati from Hot Toys. Finally! Let's jump over and take a look. Hey, welcome back to the Collector's Outpost. I am John. So yeah, we're gonna dig into just the announcement of Baylan Skoll and Shin Hati's 6-scale Hot Toys figure release, because I have been waiting for these. I have all the other figures on order. We have the new Ahsoka white outfit. We've got Hera. We've got Chopper. We've got Marak. We have Thrawn. We have some of the troopers. And I've just been sitting here waiting, like so many of you, and saying, where in the hell is Shin and Baylan? It is now March of 2024, and finally, we've got the announcement over here from Hot Toys. Unfortunately, I don't see any of us getting this in hand till at least 2026. Some of you may get it maybe a little bit before end of 2025. I have noticed with Sideshow, I always seem to be last to ever get my figures. Maybe I need to find another company to get my figures from. But anyway, let's jump over here to Hot Toys over on Facebook and take a look at what we have. So let's start over with Baylan. Now, let me tell you, it is amazing to see this figure, and unfortunately, this is going to be the last time we ever see Ray Stevenson as Baylan, and that is so sad. It really is. He was my favorite character in all of the Ahsoka series. He just had something so regal about him and just so commanding. It's just so sad that we're just not going to get any more of him, but it is amazing to put this figure on a shelf just in respect and in a tribute to Ray Stevenson and Baylan Skoll, because it is the greatest new character I think we've gotten in Star Wars, probably since the prequels where we got Darth Maul. So I'm really excited for this one. So you can see here from the promo photos that he looks damn good. I don't know if someone's over at Hot Toys and they're saying, you know, we really need to kick up our game because in-art is really looking good these days. They have the capability of really giving in-art a run for their money, and in-art has the capability of giving Hot Toys a run for the money. I think it really just comes down to the price points of these things. Now, I know that Hot Toys has the rights to Star Wars. I don't think in-art does, so we're probably not going to see these from in-art unless they grab that license. So, but look at the detail on Baylan. This is incredible. Now, unfortunately, these lightsabers are photoshopped to the high heaven, and they are not going to look like this. These are those typical LED lights that they use. So we're all definitely going to have to get custom lightsabers. I get all of mine from Chris Custom Sabers. Now, it looks like it's possibly one of those typical stands that we see. Look at this photo. This photo is amazing. That nails Baylan. Look at that. I love it. I mean, it's all sculpted hair and everything. Maybe someone will put a custom one with, you know, real beard hair and real hair on his head. But man, that is super awesome. And that lightsaber looks fantastic. It's definitely one of my favorites. Now, we do have separate rolling eyes, which is amazing, so we can get a lot of expression kind of out of him if you want to give you a little side eye and everything. Hot Toys has been giving this pretty much with almost every figure now. Here we have the back of Shin, kind of like a little tease image, but it's not really a tease because they announced them both at the same time. Fantastic detail. Now that is the look I want to go with. We've got the big black cloak, and then at the bottom here, you can even see a lot of the fringing and wear and tear at the bottom of the cape there. Now look at all of the weathering and everything on the boots. They nailed this. The lightsaber looks incredible. Tons of weathering and discoloration there on the gauntlets. And I love the look of the fabric on the cloak here. This is going to be one of those figures that's going to be a little hard to figure out how you want to pose this, because unless you have 2 or 3 of them, man, it's like, I feel like I can change the pose of Baylan every day. That head sculpt is absolutely killer. There we go. Now that photo is pretty much like the promotional photo. He's got that lightsaber all choked up right around the neck there. Absolutely killer. Oh my God, look at that. We've got the cloak over his head. That's pretty much how we first see Baylan. That is incredible. I think that's it. I think that's how I'm going to display him when he comes in probably 2026. Now we also have him fighting White Ahsoka, which has also been announced a while ago. So if you want to pick that up, you can actually pre-order it now. Look at that. I mean, that looks like it's made of steel. It's got all the bluish discolorations in the corner and all the dents and everything on. What a fantastic job. I am super excited for this. Now, let's see what we have in the accessories area. I don't see there being a lot. Of course, we do have the USB-powered lightsabers. We have one with and one without the cord. Now, I'll be honest with you, everything that I've seen so far, these are super disappointing. They're not bright, as always. It looks like they just swapped out the batteries for a USB powered, so we can, you know, constantly have it on and it'll last more than like 15 minutes. But the LEDs are not bright. They never were. So we're all definitely going to have to get custom lightsabers made if we want this to really stand out like these guys behind me over here. These were all done by Chris Custom Sabers. So I'm definitely going to have to get... let's see, we have Shin, we have Baylan, we've got the new Anakin, we've got Mace Windu, I have the new Darth Vader coming in. So there's like a slew of lightsabers that I'm gonna have to get made. Now here, we don't have a ton of accessories, you know, you don't really need a ton. So we have the swooshy blade here, and we have the single blade here. Now it's gonna be lit by this one with the USB cable here. Again, I don't expect anything amazing from that. Over here, it looks like we have the typical stand. I was hoping for maybe something like what Vader came with the stone and the rocks and everything, but they give us a typical stand here, you know. But it looks like we have a huge assortment of hands here for lots of different poses. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sets of hands, and it looks maybe a fist, I think that is. So here's the full image of everything. We've got the head sculpts, we have the rolling eyes here, we've got the lightsabers, 2 lightsabers, you know, one with the USB and a single one to hold from his belt, you know, so it's a nice assortment, not too packed with accessories or anything, but you don't really need a whole lot of accessories with Baylan. We need him and that lightsaber. That's really about it. Now here is Shin. Man, does this look incredible. I actually thought this was real rooted hair for a moment, but then I zoomed in like this, and it is sculpted hair, rolling eyes, obviously. We've got the braid coming down the side, but wow, look at that. They nailed she looks great. She really does. Now, Hot Toys has always, I felt, had a problem making female head sculpts, but this one, I think, looks really darn good. Yeah, look at this. So we've got the rolling eyes. We have her looking off this way and that way. Man, I think that looks like her, man. You know, they did such a fantastic job recreating her head sculpt. And like I was saying, like, I've always felt, especially with somebody like Black Widow, I have 2 versions of Black Widow, and I don't think either of them really nailed Scarlett Johansson's look. But this they got it. You know, I think they're really doing. They've even updated Ahsoka Tano's head sculpt, so Rosario Dawson looks so much better in the new one than she did on the first version. Now take a look at this shot of Baylan and Shin. This looks fantastic. You know, again, it's gonna be one of those things. I'm not gonna know how to pose these two because I kind of wanted to be posed like that. I may have to get 2 of each of these things and put like a set in here and a set in the movie room and have those displayed in totally different poses because they just look so good. So here again, it looks like we have that typical base and photoshopped lightsaber, but man, that is incredible. Let's zoom in at the bottom here. We have all the bottom of the cloak just kind of torn up and weathered here. Really great paintwork, it looks like, on the boots and on the armor. It looks like all of the material and everything is all weathered up. We have tons of discoloration, and it looks like we've got some stains and everything. So it looks like they kind of went above and beyond on just, you know, weathering the outfit itself. So yeah, moving on to the next picture here. I mean, you can even see more of the armor. Look at the work on the armor here. Fantastic paintwork and weathering. The gauntlets look great. The shoulder armor, look at that. I mean, it looks shiny, but yet it looks, you know, rusted and tarnished. They even have some stains and everything through like this vest area on over into what looks like a really fantastic lightsaber, just like Baylan's. Looks like we have some weathering over here. They got the colors right, the black, the gray, the steel. I love Star Wars figures with the cloaks and the hood. I mean, you know, I think I'm gonna have to display her with that hood up. I don't know, man. Now that's a great shot. I believe that's like one of the promo photos that they put out from the show. Fantastic. Unfortunately, it's going to be one of those things where that lightsaber is not going to look like that, so we're going to need custom lightsabers. You know, and I really hate, it's so misleading when they do that. They don't show you what those lightsabers really look like until reviewers get their hands on it, and you really see how disappointing that is. Now, why they haven't moved into like these type of lightsabers back here, it's just beyond me, especially since they have the USB technology that they're putting into all of this. Even the posture on this one looks, you know, she looks very thin and frail. So here's a much, much better close-up of some of the armor. Look at all of the rust and oil and stains and everything going throughout the shoulder armor here. That is great. And we have some close-ups of the vest chest area where you could see some solid stains and great fabric choices here as well. Beautiful stitching up and down all of the sides here. They have some really integral pieces, and it looks like Hot Toys really nailed all of that, which is probably why these figures took so long to come out. You know, we still haven't even gotten Ezra yet. He's got a lot of like things going on in his outfit as well. But we just have some beautiful, beautiful fabric selections here. Look at all of the stitching up and down the arms. All right, so here is the full image of everything. Just kind of scanning through all of these things, but this looks great. I wish we did have a really good close-up of the lightsaber. I'm not seeing a great close-up of the saber itself. Like this one's blurry here, but it does look like we have some nice weathering and detail throughout that. We have that more bone color rather than that solid white that I've seen on a lot of lightsabers, including the one that I have here. But we do have that more bone-ish color, it looks like. Now again, she does come with the single lightsaber and the single lightsaber with the USB, which means out the back here we're probably going to have some kind of USB battery pack, I'm assuming, or they're going to hook it up somewhere else. Darth Vader, I think from what I've seen, had that pack on the back. Then we have the typical stand. Again, I wish that they gave us something more rocky and more sandy and deserty like we see them in the last episode or two, where it's just more sand and rocks and stuff like that. That would have been great. I might have to just make my own stand. I really like the posture and how frail she looks, but yet still strong. You know, they really did nail the look of the body. I don't know if this is a completely different body or just how it's posed. So just skimming through the photos real fast, you know, I am super, super impressed, and maybe the wait was worth it. You know, they put a little bit more time, love, and tender care into making these figures. You know, we still need an Ezra, so I'm looking forward to that. You know, it just really stinks. It's March 2024 now, and by the time these figures get released, there's no way I'm getting these in hand before 2026, and if I do, I will be shocked. I know a lot of people are getting their figures from Pop Collectibles and other places like that. I don't know, maybe I'll switch over to a company like that so I can get some of these figures a little bit faster, as long as they're not more expensive. I don't want to spend more money on these figures because unfortunately these figures are starting to get very expensive. Some are over $300 now, but I have been a collector pretty much my whole life, but it's getting to a point at $300 a pop. I mean, you could see how many figures I have behind me. I probably have a good, I don't know, 50 or 60 or something like that between what's down here, and there's some inside in the movie room. There's, you know, a handful over here. It's getting a little harder to justify getting full collections. I really wanted to dig into the whole Ahsoka collection, but I gotta be honest with you, I did cancel a couple of them because I had this feeling that Baylan and Shin were coming right around the corner when they announced young Ahsoka, which I didn't get either. I kind of passed on that one. But I had this feeling that Baylan and Shin were coming. I was like, all right, they're not done. I felt like for a while we haven't gotten an announcement of a figure from this show. I was like, God, are they done? Are they finished? We haven't gotten Morgan, we haven't gotten Ezra, and we sure as hell haven't gotten Shin and Baylan, which are probably the two most important figures of that whole show. But anyway, we have them now. Let me know what you think down below. What do you think of these figures? Are you going to be picking any of these up? Did you order any of the figures from the Ahsoka show already that they released? But I am waiting right now. Hopefully these will be announced today on Sideshow. I am just at my computer waiting for the pre-orders to come up because these are a at-second pre-order. Not even day of, at-second pre-order. I'm ordering these like that moment. So, but let me know what you think down below in the comments, and do help support the show by hitting the like, subscribe, and notification button for all the upcoming videos. I've got a ton of figures coming. I have a ton of lightsabers still to come. There's just like a stack of them sitting here. All right, so I will see you all on the next video. Be safe and kind out there, world. See ya.